What is going on, iRacing fans? We are back with another iRacing video. Today we are in the Radical SR10s at Road America. This is going to be the start of a new series. It's going to be the Road to A-Class. I want to work really hard and try to get my A-Class license. I have an A-Class license in Dirt Oval and I have an A-Class license in Oval. So I'm going to work really hard and try to get my Road A-Class license and my Formula A-Class license. Formula we'll do later. I think I want to focus on road. So new series starting up, Road to A-Class. Let's hop into qualifying. Probably if I was going to work on maximizing my safety rating, I probably wouldn't qualify. But I do want this series to be, and not only this series, I do want like my whole iRacing career and channel to be based off of realism, right? That's the whole purpose of sim racing, is the most immersion and the most realism that we can get from our homes. So with that, I'm not going to be, you know, not qualifying or starting from pits, because that's not something that a real competitive person in real life wants to do or does. So we will be qualifying, we will be really racing. I will set small goals, I will take it easy, you know, I'm not gonna sacrifice safety rating, but we're gonna work to get this A-Class license, and we're gonna do it in the most realistic way possible. All right, here we go, first lap.
Green flag, green flag. Here comes your first time lap.
Right now I have a C-Class road license and a C-Class Formula license. That's because the only reason that is because back when they were one license, before they split, it was C-Class. So then when they split, the Formula and the road license just both went to C-Class. So and I'm really slow, like I'm still really learning this stuff. I should qualify with the driving line on, honestly, just to help me with my braking zones and stuff, and then turn it off for the race. Dang it. That's gonna be an invalid lap time. All right, well, maybe we'll be able to put one more in. Man, I'm terrible. That's the whole point of this, so you gotta start somewhere, right?
One more lap.
All right, let's give it another shot. The track conditions are way different than when I practiced earlier too, so a lot of these corners I was able to take a lot harder when I was practicing. At least I was able to put in one good lap.
Checker flag's out.
Looks like we're gonna be 12th. I haven't been able to build a livery for this car yet, so I just grabbed one off of Trading Paints that looked cool. That's why it's pink. 12th, so we'll be right around mid-pack. Try my hardest to avoid the carnage in the first corner.
The estimated SOF is 973. There are a lot of points on the table. Be smart and get a good finish. Green flag, green flag.
Buddy, right at the beginning, huh?
There's an
Oh,
incident behind.
that was gnarly.
They're on the left.
That crash took out the entire field behind me.
Peter's pitting now.
Gotta remember that I have cold tires. I can't push too hard. Okay, we got 11 laps. 12 laps. We gotta fall into a groove here and just stick with these guys. Not overdrive. Be patient. These radicals are really fun. I'm gonna use this series and the Ferrari series. I don't own like any of the tracks in the Ferrari series though, so I'm gonna have to buy a lot of tracks. That's why I haven't been doing those races. But I want to use this series, the Ferrari series, and maybe the Porsche series to do these road races to help with my license.
On your right. Peter's pitting now. Clear on the right. Left side. They're on the left. There's an incident behind. Left side. Hold your line. They're on the left. You're in the top 10.
I need help with my Moza base settings. If anybody has any good Moza R12 settings, let me know. I can't find a good setting that feels good. I mean, I don't even really know what feels good, so I think that's part of the problem. Like, I think these settings that I'm using right now feel good, but they could be wrong, so I have no idea. So if anybody has any good settings to start with, that'd be rad. I'm really thinking about switching to Simagic. From what I hear, their base settings, like presets, are pretty good.
Left side. Keep to the right. Hold your line. They're on the left.
All right, not too bad for the first couple laps. Let's just Keep her going. Keep her going.
10 laps to go.
I know I could probably take a lot of these corners harder, but I'm really just trying to play it conservatively, you know? And I'm still learning this stuff. Like, I'm starting to learn that when you're on throttle, your car grips up a lot more. So, like, there's a lot of corners that I coast through where when I start getting on throttle, I realize, like, oh man, I can take that corner a lot harder.
They're on the left. Car stopped on the left. Got a slow car on the right. Got a slow car on the right. The car behind has gone off.
That's one thing I'm really trying to focus on, though. A lot of people will be super fast guys, you know, and then they'll blow by you, but then they come around a corner too hot and then they go off the track. So I'm really trying to just stay consistent, even if I am a little bit slower. Because I think that that's, in this game, that's how you can get good I rating. You don't have to be necessarily the fastest guy. Consistency is key. See, just like that. Like, yeah, sure, I'm a couple tenths slower than that guy the whole race, or he was able to get around me or whatever, but now he's sitting on the side of the track and I've got no incidents and I'm still racing. It's like lifting weights. We used to lift weights in high school, and I was always taught that start with the lower weights, good proper form and technique, and then the weight will come. Same thing with riding dirt bikes. Proper form, proper technique, and then the speed will come. Same thing with racing cars, man. Proper form, proper technique, proper braking, proper throttle. Get all that stuff down. You may be a little bit slower, but the speed will come. The only thing is you got to be able to bridge the gap. So you got to be able to actually progress instead of holding yourself back. So the speed will come, but you have to get better and you have to push the limits a little bit to know what you can and can't get away with.
Go right. Got a slow car on the right, car on your left. They're on the left. The car in front is going off.
I'm also thinking these races, these videos for the road to A-class may be a little bit longer, because I think I'm gonna do unedited, no cuts for the races, you know?
Right side. You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is 3.8 seconds.
I would like to document my entire process.
Clear on the right.
So I'm not gonna cut out any bad parts or anything. It's gonna be one race.
The car in P2 just set the fastest lap. 2.107.
One of the things I got to work on is not mashing back down on throttle so fast. One of these days it's going to cause me to spin out in a more horsepower car. I mean, I've already almost done it in this race like twice.
On your right. Clear on the right.
Yeah, I think that guy behind me, like, yeah, he was catching me, he was faster, but he pushed into that corner a little bit too hard, and then I put a gap on him.
2.106.
But honestly, he'll probably catch me again.
The car in P6 just hit the fastest lap. 1.914. On your right, that was your fastest lap of the session. The car in P7 just hit the fastest lap. 1.726. Clear. Go right. Car stopped on the left. Go right. Next car is the leader. Right side. Clear.
That was close. Consistency is key, baby. We're kind of crushing it. I know I could probably go through that corner right there wide open, but I'm just trying to be safe and consistent. Maybe these wheel settings aren't too bad also. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good. I do feel like I have to grip the wheel pretty hard though. That's one thing I don't like about these formula wheels. They have rubber on them, and I hate the feeling of the rubber. Like I said, I was thinking about switching back to, or not back to, but switching to Simagic, and I was looking at their formula wheels, and they even have rubber on them. There's a couple of them that have leather. The ones that have the screen in it's like $700 or something like that. Yeah, those guys came up on me fast.
On your left. Stay on the left.
Sorry.
Left side.
Again, these guys can have it.
Right.
I mean, the chances are they're going to go off track again are higher than me.
On your left. Stay on the left. Stay left.
If I just keep to what I've been doing and stay consistent. See, right, my game just glitched. That happened to me when I did the SCCA runoffs. It just dropped some frames for a second there, I think.
The car in P4 just hit the fastest lap. 1.626. 5 laps to go. You're going well. Keep at it. On your left. Stay on the left. Stay left.
That guy came in way faster than me. You can have it, pal. We got goals to accomplish here. Trying to get to that A-class license.
On your right. Clear.
That's a really cool color. I like that Nardo gray. Other than red, that's probably my favorite color. That's why most of my cars are Nardo gray and red.
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 1.1 seconds. Got a slope on the right. Go right. That was your fastest lap of the session.
It's almost how you get out of understeer.
The gap is 2.5 seconds.
If you're on the throttle going around the corner, obviously not all the time, but it almost stops the car from understeering.
Slow car ahead. Go right. Right side. Clear
Come on. I mean, I may have hit the brakes really hard there, but at least I still have a 0x.
The car in P5 just set the fastest lap. 1.315.
Oh.
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 3.6 seconds.
Two laps. I finally got the haptic pedals dialed in. I think it makes a big difference in my braking. I was using SimHub to control them, but
Right side.
it was really inconsistent. Sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't.
Clear on the right. Right side. 2 to go. Clear.
I hopped into a guy's stream, Travis Bartlett, I think is how you pronounce his name, and we were kind of chatting about it. And then so after that, I decided to turn them off with SimHub and then just roll them with the Simagic software, and honestly it is way better. I guess when I first got them, I went straight to SimHub because for some reason in the Simagic software, whenever I'd hit test or whatever, it wasn't working for whatever reason. So I just went straight to SimHub and started using them. So then I was just kind of like, oh, this is just how it is. And I was kind of upset, like, man, these things kind of suck. I spent 120 bucks on 2 of them and kind of sucks. But after talking with him, I turned them off in SimHub and just reinstalled the SimPro manager. And then
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 2.
now they work way
3
better.
seconds.
You know, you don't have as much control, but actually you do have quite a bit of control.
Got a slow car on the right.
And the other thing too is, like, if you have them set up to do too many things at once, then it just muddies the water. You don't really know what's happening with the car. So if you just set them up to rumble when it's like ABS on the brake or wheel lock on the brake and then tire slip on the throttle and traction control on the throttle, then you kind of, you know, you have more cues. You don't have to think about it as much to figure out exactly what's going on. Also, he was showing me his eye overlay stuff, which I thought was pretty cool. It looks very similar to Race Labs. I have the paid version of Race Labs, and I have had zero issue with it. I absolutely love it. It was really cool that he showed me that you could just push like F6 and straight adjust your stuff like quickly in game, and I thought that was really awesome. I think Race Labs does have a setting like that, but I have to figure out how to use it, which, you know, the user eye or the user UI for Race Labs is a little bit more difficult than eye overlay. Eye overlay looks like it's definitely way more user friendly. But I've got Race Labs set up pretty good, I think. It works great. I mean, I even have it set up to where I just have one button on my Stream Deck that says Launch Sim. As soon as I turn my computer on, I just launch Sim. And then iRacing opens, OBS opens, Moza Pit opens, all my Race Lab overlays open. And then I have them set to where they only show when I'm in track. They don't show when I'm in the garage. Yeah, Race Labs works really well for me anyways. Personal preference, right? And again, it's what I've only ever used. I never used eye overlay. But there are a lot of similarities I noticed between the two, so maybe if Race Labs ever starts giving me a hard time, then I'll give eye overlay a shot. One thing I will say about Race Labs that is really annoying is almost like, I mean, it's not necessarily annoying. So like it comes out with, they come out with a lot of updates, which is good. They're improving it. But every time I update it, it like the shortcut that I do use goes away. Or when I click on it, it says like, oh, this shortcut can't be found or something like that. So then I have to like make a new shortcut, go find it in the files. That's something that's a little frustrating, but that only happens when I update it. And if I'm honest, if it works well, I don't update it every time it asks for it, so. Man, that was an absolute amazing race to start this series. 8th place, started in 12th. 0x.
There's the flag. It's over.
Plus 35 on the I rating.
Great job, driver.
All right, what an awesome way to start out the road to A class. Safety rating change went up 0.63. That's a jump. And we got plus 35 on the I rating. Again, couldn't ask for a better race to start off the road to A class. Well, thanks for watching, iRacing fans. That's it for this one. Stay tuned for the road to A class, and we'll see you guys in the next one.